You know, there's something truly wonderful about life after 60. You've got wisdom, experience, and maybe even a little more time to enjoy the things you love. But let's be honest, wouldn't it be amazing to add even more good years to your life? To wake up feeling energized, to keep doing things that bring you joy, and stay healthy and vibrant for as long as possible? Well, the good news is science says it's absolutely possible. Small, everyday habits can make a huge difference in how you feel today and how many tomorrows you get to enjoy. So today, we're talking about 7 simple science-backed habits that can help you add 10 years or more to your life. And the best part, they're all things you can start doing right now. Asterisk. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Easier said than done. But here's the thing. These aren't drastic changes. They're small, practical shifts that fit into your daily routine. And we're going to take them one at a time so you can ease into them without feeling overwhelmed. Let's start with the first habit, because it's one of the most powerful things you can do for your longevity. Habit number 1, eat more plants without giving up the food you love. Asterisk. You probably heard that eating more vegetables is good for you. But did you know that people who eat a mostly plant-based diet tend to live longer, with less risk of heart disease, diabetes, and even some cancers? Now, I'm not saying you have to become a strict vegetarian. Unless you wanna, it's about balance. Think of it like this. Fill half your plate with colorful veggies, fruits, beans, or whole grains, and leave the other half with foods you enjoy. Maybe that's a piece of grilled chicken, a serving of fish, or even a small portion of pasta. The key is to make plants the star of the meal. Asterisk. Here's an easy way to start. Next time you make a sandwich, pile on the lettuce, tomatoes, and avocado first, then add your protein. Or try swapping one meat-based meal a week for a plant-based one, like lentil soup or a hearty veggie stir-fry. Small changes like this add up over time, and your body will thank you for it. Habit number 2, move naturally throughout the day. Asterisk. Now let's talk about movement, because staying active isn't just about hitting the gym, unless you love the gym, in which case keep it up. Research shows that people who live the longest tend to move naturally throughout the day. They garden, they take walks, they do household chores, they dance. They just don't sit for too long at a stretch. Asterisk. If the idea of exercise feels intimidating, forget the word altogether. Instead, focus on finding ways to move that feel good to you. Maybe it's a 10-minute walk after breakfast, stretching while you watch TV, or even just standing up and doing a few gentle squats every hour. The goal isn't to run a marathon. It's to keep your body strong and flexible so you can keep doing things you love, whether that's playing with grandkids or traveling to new places. Habit number 3, prioritize sleep like your life depends on it, because it does. Asterisk. Here's a habit that might surprise you. Sleep isn't just about feeling rested. It's a cornerstone of longevity. Poor sleep is linked to higher risks of memory problems, heart disease, and even a weaker immune system. But as we get older, sleep can sometimes feel harder to come by, right? Maybe you wake up too early or have trouble falling asleep. The good news is there are simple ways to improve it. Asterisk. First, try to keep a consistent sleep schedule, even on weekends. Your body loves routine. Second, create a calming bedtime ritual. Maybe it's reading a book, listening to soft music, or sipping caffeine-free tea. And here's a big one. Limit screen time before bed. That blue light from phones and TVs can trick your brain into thinking it's daytime. If you're someone who naps, that's fine. Just keep it short, 20 to 30 minutes, and earlier in the day so it doesn't interfere with nighttime sleep. Asterisk. You know, when scientists study the world's longest living communities, places where people regularly live to 100 and beyond, they find something fascinating. It's not just about diet or exercise. The secret to their long, happy lives often comes down to the people around them. That's right. Strong relationships might be just as important for longevity as eating your vegetables. So let's dive into the next 2 science-backed habits, because these could be the game changers you've been overlooking. Habit number 4, nurture your relationships. Loneliness is more dangerous than smoking. Asterisk. Here's a startling fact. Feeling lonely or socially isolated can be as harmful to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. That's how powerful our need for connection is. But here's the good news. Even small social interactions can make a big difference. It's not about having hundreds of friends. It's about having a few meaningful connections where you feel seen and valued. Asterisk. Think about the people who light you up, the friend who makes you laugh, the neighbor who always checks in, the family member who listens without judgment. Make time for those people. If you've lost touch with someone, reach out with a simple call or note. And if your social circle has gotten smaller over the years, consider joining a club, taking a class, or even volunteering. Places like community centers, libraries, or local places of worship often have groups where you can meet like-minded people. Remember, it's never too late to make new friends. I've heard so many heartwarming stories of people finding their closest companions in their 70s, 80s, and beyond. Asterisk. And if getting out is difficult, technology can help bridge the gap. Video calls, online book clubs, or even social media groups can keep you connected. The key is to make socializing a regular habit, not an afterthought. Because at the end of the day, years added to your life are only sweet if they're filled with people who make life worth living. Habit number 5. Manage stress with simple daily practices. Don't let worry steal your time. Asterisk. Now, let's talk about something we all deal with but rarely discuss openly. Stress. A little stress is normal, but when it becomes constant, it ages us from the inside out. Chronic stress can lead to inflammation, higher blood pressure, and even memory problems. But here's the hopeful part. You don't have to eliminate stress completely. That's impossible. You just need tools to handle it better. And science has some surprisingly simple solutions. Asterisk. First, try the 5-5-5 breathing method. When you feel overwhelmed, breathe in for 5 seconds, hold for 5 seconds, and exhale for 5 seconds. Do this 3 times. It's like hitting a reset button for your nervous system. Another powerful tool is gratitude. Each morning or evening, name 3 things you're grateful for. They can be as simple as a sunny day or a good cup of coffee. This practice literally rewires your brain to focus on the positive. Asterisk. And here's my favorite stress buster, nature. Studies show that just 20 minutes outside in green space can lower stress hormones. If you can't get outside, even looking at pictures of nature or tending a houseplant helps. The idea is to find what works for you. Maybe it's listening to music, knitting, or praying, and make it a non-negotiable part of your day. Your future self will thank you for these small moments of peace. Asterisk. Now, these 2 habits, staying socially connected and managing stress, might not seem as concrete as diet or exercise, but they're just as vital. Think of them as the emotional and mental foundation that supports everything else. And when you combine them with the first 3 habits we discussed, you're already building a lifestyle that can add years of health and happiness. Asterisk. But we're not done yet. There are 2 more habits that can truly amplify your longevity. And they're all about mindset and purpose. Because living longer isn't just about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. We've covered so much ground already. Eating well, staying active, sleeping better, nurturing relationships, and managing stress. But there are 2 final habits that tie everything together in the most beautiful way. These aren't just about living longer. They're about loving the life you're living right now. And honestly, that might be the most important secret of all. Asterisk. Habit number 6. Cultivate a sense of purpose. Your why matters more than you think. Asterisk. Did you know that people with a strong sense of purpose tend to live significantly longer? It's true. Researchers found that having a reason to get out of bed in the morning, whether it's caring for a pet, volunteering, pursuing a hobby, or mentoring others, can add years to your life. Purpose isn't some grand, elusive thing. It's simply what makes you feel needed and alive. Asterisk. Think about what brings you joy or gives you a sense of contribution. Maybe it's tending your garden and sharing the harvest with neighbors. Maybe it's passing down family stories to your grandchildren. Or perhaps it's learning something new, like painting or playing an instrument. One gentleman I met in his 80s started a weekly chess club at his local library. It became his favorite day of the week. The key is to find activities that make you think, this matters. Because when we feel purposeful, our bodies and minds respond in remarkable ways. Habit number 7. Embrace positivity, but keep it real. Asterisk. Now, this last habit might surprise you. It's not about forcing yourself to be happy all the time. That's not realistic for anyone. It's about leaning into optimism in a way that feels authentic. Studies show that people with positive outlooks tend to recover from illness faster, have stronger immune systems, and yes, live longer. But here's the important nuance. It's not about ignoring life's challenges. It's about facing them with the belief that good things are still possible. Asterisk. Try this simple shift. Instead of saying, I'm too old to try, I get to take my time on this walk and enjoy the fresh air, instead of, I can't walk like I used to. Small reframes like this can change how you experience each day. And don't underestimate the power of laughter. Whether watching a funny show, sharing jokes with friends, or not taking yourself too seriously, laughter truly is medicine for the soul and body. Asterisk. Now, if all 7 habits feel like a lot, remember, you don't have to tackle everything at once. Start with one small change that resonates with you. Maybe today you'll add an extra vegetable to your dinner. Tomorrow, you might call an old friend. Next week, you could explore a new activity that sparks your curiosity. Each positive choice builds on the others, creating a life that's not just longer but fuller and richer in every way. Asterisk, I'd love to hear which of these habits you're already doing, or which one you're excited to try. Share in the comments below. Your experiences might inspire someone else. And if you found this helpful, hit that like button and consider subscribing for more content to help you thrive at any age. Remember, growing older is a privilege denied to many, so let's make these years count. Here's to your health, happiness, and the wonderful years ahead.